First, I want to thank all of you for coming out here today to stand up for what America is supposed to be. We have a democracy. We have a republic. And what we're supposed to do, I have the unique position, as does the good Senator Jacobs, of sitting both on the committee that hears these issues, where she's on judicial proceedings and I'm on judiciary. We set the public policy. When SB 281 comes down, we pass laws that say, here is what this bill should be. We're against what they put in 281. Absolutely. It violates the Constitution. But our job is to make it as least offensive as possible. So when we sit down with Democrats and we say, we're going to reach across the aisle and we're going to make sure that this bill does not have a firing component in it. We're not going to require that people have to have a proficiency eventually, because we're not going to allow the state police, based on their history of interpreting Second Amendment legislation, as they do it with good and substantial reason, to then interpret what that capacity to fire a firearm means and whether or not you have a right to exercise a basic constitutional right. It's a fundamental right to defend yourself. And when we said as policymakers that will not be in this bill, and that bill passed, to now have the O'Malley administration have their secretary come in and say, we're going to just stick it in. We're going to now set policy. We're now going to determine what the citizens of Maryland should do and take that power away from the legislators we elected, who we expect to set that policy. That is not the way your government is supposed to work. That is one of the things that you're down here today to do, is say, no, that is not the way government works. That's not the way the Constitution here is set up. So when there's something so blatant that's going to take away a basic constitutional right, then you show up down here, you stand up, you point out that wrong, and we're going to do it with you, and we're going to ask that that be taken out, and anything else that was not put through by this legislature is taken out. We both sit on that committee, and it's wrong. The unfortunate reality of Annapolis is those who support the Constitution win every debate, but they lose every vote because they don't respect the Constitution in the majority. And you need to point out those who are not going to vote for the Constitution, are not going to vote for your rights, and ask them why. I respect the fact that all of you came down here. You didn't get a free lunch. You didn't get a nice bus ride. You didn't get a pretty shirt, the same color for everybody to wear. You probably had to take off work to come down here, and we respect the fact that you came down here because you support the Constitution and you support those rights. I want to thank you all for standing up. I love to be in the presence of you patriots. It makes me feel that I can do my job and that the rest of you are going to stand shoulder by shoulder with all of us when we go in there and we do our job. Thank you very much.